Is this thing on?
Yeah, we're just. Yeah, do you want a level check?
I'm better now.
Yeah. Doesn't he look a lot healthier? His color's coming back, and
It was, you know, a couple times. No big deal.
And that was while listening to a Judas Priest record, I take it.
Once, yeah. The other time, I was listening to Nelson once too.
because it was so bad, I couldn't stand listening to. The other time, I was listening to Sinead O'Connor. Okay, next question.
Rewind the tape before the
We're Keel, and you're watching MTV.
signal shifted.
Do you feel there's any sort of pressure of any sort, you know, on a major label with an album out?
So those bands choose to, you know, that's what they do, and this is what we do.
We're not pressured into doing this thing or dressing a certain way or any of that. We make the decisions.
Yeah, it just seems like for a band like Alice in Chains, you haven't taken what might be seen as being the obvious route.
Totally different thing.
Well, next album we will. I've already ordered my extensions. We're gonna sing about chicks and cars, you know, getting drunk.
And really get, you know, something that people can understand. You know, you all do it. You get drunk and you cruise around in your cars.
Beyond the edge of beguile.
Maybe your Harley, because, you know, I got one. You know, you pick up chicks with tremendously huge
You have arrived.
eyes.
And, you know, you get in a fight with a guy that's huge, you know.
You beat him up.
Of course you beat him up. All skinny little rockers are good fighters, aren't they?
Please cannot tempt the station change. Beyond the edge of beguile. Frequency corrupted. No beginning. Only transmission.
Rewind the tape before the
We're Keel, and you're watching MTV
signal shifted.
Top 20 Video Countdown. We'll see you in concert. Be there!
Every story gets simplified eventually. This one usually gets reduced to a single sentence. Grunge killed hair metal.
Kinney hit a high note.
Very high note. The worst pain I ever felt. I ran upstage and I pulled my pants down and it turned out it was okay and everything. I don't even have any scars. You want to check? No.
Name was Jaws.
The story you've probably heard is simple.
You wish that you were,
Grunge arrived, hair metal disappeared, and the decade changed overnight. Simple.
a bigger star than you are right now?
Reality was messier.
Doge what?
Behind the music, record labels were shifting.
Hello, we're Keel. What was it?
MTV was evolving.
Hi, this is Ricky Rocket.
And this is Brett Michaels of Poison. We're just
Two rock and roll dudes and a loose party and move.
Technology was changing how success was measured, and artists from every corner of rock were questioning the business itself.
You're what?
This isn't about one band or genre killing another. It's about what happens when an entire industry changes channels.
We were sitting on a tour bus after the show, and we're, you know, like, drinking Pepsis. All of a sudden, Terry, our road manager, comes on, and he goes, "Get off the bus!" Some ladies on the bus that we escorted out very promptly. And then we see all these, like, cops and stuff, and Paul Cornelius, John Bon Jovi's road manager, freaking out. And I thought it was a big joke, so I'm around, I'm going, "I'm a commodity! I'm a commodity!" And he's going, "Quit it, man!" And it turns out that this guy got shot.
Channel where service has been interrupted. Leak detected. SWIMCORE radio remains active. The station gets clearer after midnight. Long transmission recovered.
And I thought it was a big joke, so I'm around, I'm going, "I'm a commodity! I'm a commodity!"
So you're probably wondering, what is SoundScan? SoundScan is a tracking system.
For most of the
operated by Nielsen,
1980s, the record industry had a pretty simple way of deciding what was successful.
Any music product that carries a UPC or EAN barcode and ISRC code is eligible to be tracked by SoundScan. Throughout the United States
Labels
and Canada,
looked at
sales
reports
data
from record
point-of-sale cash
stores,
registers is
radio
collected with
play,
over 14,000
and
retail,
industry
mass
insiders
merchant,
to
and
determine
non-traditional outlets.
what was
Weekly
selling.
Data is compiled and made available every Wednesday. The Nielsen SoundScan is the sales source commonly used by Billboard music charts. In order to have a
Then,
chance at making
in
the Billboard music
1991,
charts, any release must be
SoundScan
registered with
changed
SoundScan.
everything.
So why should you know what SoundScan is? Without registration, the sales figures will not be counted and will remain invisible to the system.
For the first time, retailers could track actual album sales using barcode data. The guesswork was gone. SoundScan didn't destroy the music of the 80s. It exposed that the business around it was already changing.
You gotta know what the fuck you're doing on your instrument too, because if you can't fake it.
So what are the essential ingredients of good metal for you?
Well, you've got to be interesting. You've got to be an actor, really. You can't be standing there looking at your shoes, you know, like all these musicians do. And you've got to be good and loud too. You got to know what the fuck you're doing on your instrument too, because if you can't fake it.
A volume, right?
Volume.
Pretty important for Motörhead.
Pretty important for anybody who wants to be heard over the chicken in the basket crowd. Nobody's talking while I'm on. I'm sorry, they're watching the band or they're leaving.
When Motörhead first started to emerge, you guys were regarded as being faster. Stuff that was going on.
Well, we were probably taking more speed than anybody else, you know. We had a tour in those days. There was 56 shows, 53 shows in 56 days in England, right, with Saxon. I don't give a fuck who you are. You ain't gonna do that on adrenaline and being high on life. I don't care, you know. I'm gonna need a little help there, you know. It's also purely recreational as well, you know. People invented it, should be able to do it. You know. Who cares, you know, what the fuck, you know.
I wanted to ask you about Motörhead fans. You comment in your book is actually...
Do you have their names? Sorry. Okay.
The loyalty of the fans. You mentioned that.
We got people who have every visible surface of their body tattooed with the Motörhead logo, you know. I mean, I don't know if I'd do it, you know what I mean? Because that shit hurts, you know. I mean, I've only got 3 little ones, you know, and they hurt like hell. I admire his pain threshold, you know.
I mean, it's maybe not only Motörhead fans, but metal fans seem to be more passionate than fans of any other style. I mean,
it's a loyalty thing, you see. Again, you know, if you're a fan of the top 40, you necessarily have to change your allegiance every month. All them unwanted singles you buy, you know, as well. All those terrible songs that from last year that you can't bear to play anymore, you know. It's a very, like, cost-intensive business, you know.
What do you think about the pretty rock and roll stars?
Good luck to them if they're pretty. Wish I was.
Watching MTV Top 20 Video Countdown.
There is a combined radio transmitter and receiver of special design. Locality where service has been interrupted.
SWIMCORE Radio.
With the hard rock acts of the 70s and 80s now growing somewhat long in the tooth, New Jersey's Skid Row has helped return the music to its snotty adolescent roots. Hallmarks of rock and roll culture is its ability to tee people off. Skid Row singer Sebastian Bach certainly qualifies as a rock and roller in the time-honored mode. We visited Bach recently in the New Jersey home where he seldom has much time to reside these days. Here's the kind of guy we found him to be. The group was started in the mid-'80s with Bach joining in 1987. A Canadian who was working in Detroit at the time, Skid Row's debut album went top 20 in 1989 on the strength of such teen-oriented hits as Youth Gone Wild and 18 and Life. And its latest album, Slave to the Grind, went to #1. The band has toured with Bon Jovi, Aerosmith, and most recently Guns N' Roses. But Bach has provoked storms of criticism, too. Unusual behavior for the son of a well-to-do artist born in, of all places, the Bahamas. So your parents were hippies, right? Can we say that?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I wonder, was there ever a point where you came home one day and you were with a new Motörhead album, Kiss album, and your folks said, this isn't rock and roll?
And I was into heavy metal, and he thought heavy metal was, oh yeah, my dad used to yell at me all the time because he liked punk rock in the late 70s. He used to say, heavy metal is capitalist. Why don't you listen to punk because it's socialist? Too many ists for me, man. You know, now I know what he was talking about, but at the time, because he thought that punk had something to say and heavy metal didn't, you know. It's kind of weird now because he sees that in the 90s, you know, a lot of the same energy from punk has come into hard rock and given it kind of a kick, you know, because it needed a kick.
Did you grow up with their music? I mean, did you have that like pounded into your head?
Yeah, I can remember watching my aunt and my mom make French fries, singing, "Let me stand next to your fire." You know, all this stuff. You know, what is that? That's rock and roll, son. Or driving in a van, listening to my dad sing, "This is the end," not realizing the lyrics. "Father, yes, son, I want to kill you." That's Jim Morrison, boy.
God.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
When did you start getting into bands? I mean, do you remember when your first band was?
I was at private school. I was singing in the shower one day, and I was singing a police song called "Walking on the Moon."
Mm-hmm.
One of my buddies heard me, and he said, "Why don't you sing for our band?" And I did it, and suddenly, you know, the tall, geeky, greasy, pimple-faced guy that nobody wanted to talk to suddenly had tons of friends. As soon as I did that, I knew that's what I wanted to do. We used to play bars and stuff. Nobody would sign us up there because Canada doesn't really sign like heavy metal bands. So I quit that band, and then when I was 16, I moved to Detroit. Real nice town.
Which must have been very different. How long did you stay in Detroit?
If that's what America's like, I got out of there pretty quick. Pretty cool.
Were you supporting yourself all along?
Yeah, I was singing beer commercials. Can I have a beer? I gotta go out. I gotta go.
What kind of beer were you promoting?
Schooner beer. It's a Canadian one. Sounds Schooner, eh? But I used to do that. You know, had a real good thing going there. Singing beer commercials, getting paid for it. Yeah, you did get paid quite a bit doing that.
You could have made a career out of that.
Yeah, maybe I still will. Can I have a beer? I gotta go out. I gotta go. And I was getting a lot of like offers to join American bands at the time. And Skid Row sent me a tape, and I'm going, oh, man, I hope this really sucks. You know, because I don't want to leave doing this right. Put it in, and I heard Youth Gone Wild, and I go, damn it, it's great! Jesus! Now I gotta make a decision. Before I listened to it, I said, man, that is some serious music.
So call now 1-800.
Maybe the story was never about one genre replacing another. The musicians kept playing, the fans kept showing up. What changed was everything around them. The business, the technology, the media, and the way success was measured. Some signals faded, others broke through the noise. The transmission never ended. It just found another frequency.
Amplifying phase. Attention. The operator has left the station.